Texas is launching an effort to infiltrate and dismantle left-wing terror groups. This is Wednesday, October the 8th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
We're now halfway through the week. Thanks for spending part of your Wednesday with the Texas Minute. Coming up, an update from El Paso and the congressional redistricting trial. In the wake of escalating political violence nationwide, Attorney General Ken Paxton has announced the initiation of undercover operations aimed at infiltrating and dismantling left-wing groups associated with political extremism in Texas. The Office of the Attorney General will specifically target organizations alleged to have ties to Antifa and other radical movements, citing increased incidents of armed attacks on federal facilities and threats to the public. Paxton described those groups as, quote, a cancer on our culture. Last month, President Donald Trump officially designated Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, directing federal agencies to investigate, disrupt, and dismantle any illegal operations associated with the organization. Robert Roberson was convicted of murdering his 2-year-old daughter Nikki nearly 20 years ago. As anti-death penalty activists clamor for his release from prison, the girl's family is saying that justice is due. Here's a brief excerpt from Brandon Walton's interview with Nikki's brother, Matthew Bowman.
What are the key facts from the case that stand out to you that have convinced you of Robert Roberson's guilt in this tragic murder?
I guess you could say it would be the pictures of my sister on a machine with his handprint across her face, or the bruise that's on the back of her head right there in the pictures that we have right here in my house right now. This is about a 2-year-old baby that lost her life.
Roberson is expected to be executed early next week. You can find that full interview at texasscorecard.com. Houston officials announced their plans this week to purchase a property that will serve as what's being called a superhub for the city's homeless population. Annual operating costs are expected to approach $14 million. That's in addition to the city's plans to pay $16 million for the property that is currently valued at just under $7 million. The facility is described as a superhub, not because it will house large populations, but because anyone can walk in without being referred and then directed to other resources in the city. The Texas Minute will be right back.
What are the important things out there in Texas politics and Texas news that matter to you, and what can you do about it? That's what we want to bring you with the Luke Macias Show on a weekly basis for 20 to 30 minutes. That way you can get the information and go do something for the rest of your week. I look forward to coming to you every Wednesday.
The Mapmaker at the center of Texas's redistricting case took to the stand on Tuesday at the federal courthouse in El Paso. Adam Kincaid offered detailed testimony about his work and the methodology he employed in constructing the state's new congressional boundaries. Democrats are suing to block the map, which creates 5 new GOP opportunity districts. Without evidence, the plaintiffs claim the maps were drawn along racial lines. Covering the trial for Texas Scorecard Gavel to Gavel in El Paso is Travis Morgan. Travis, what was the big takeaway from Adam Kincaid's testimony yesterday?
The biggest takeaway is that Kincaid repeatedly testified that he did not consider race whatsoever. He said it is both wrong and unconstitutional to do so. He extensively laid out his methods for map drawing, which include multiple data sets that the plaintiff's expert witnesses do not have. One is that he retrieved Texas's voter files and made partisan determinations based on what primaries people voted in. His methods are beyond what academic experts said they knew existed. His testimony left plaintiffs with very little left to offer.
The trial is expected to continue through Friday, though appeals are expected regardless of the outcome. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard and based on the original reporting of Sidney Henry, Brandon Waltons, Michael Wilson, and Travis Morgan. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great day.